Namaste, welcome to Zeel Astrology, your go-to channel for all things Vedic astrology. Before I continue with ascendant-wise analysis, I would like to bring your attention to an important astrological event happening on November 7. Venus will be entering Sagittarius, creating an exchange with Jupiter. With all the current planetary chaos, this exchange is like a breath of fresh air, offering a temporary relief for many ascendants for a few days until December 2. After that, Venus will move to the zodiac sign of Capricorn. It's a wonderful time for self-elevation and growth. So be sure to take advantage of this alignment, focus on manifesting your goals and nurturing your well-being during this period. I will make a separate video on Venus in Sagittarius and its exchange with Jupiter. So stay tuned, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you do not miss any updates on our channel. Like and share our videos with your friends and family. And to book a consultation with me, drop me an email. My email address is provided in the description box below. Aries Ascendants. For Aries natives, during the first half of November, Saturn will be in your 7th house in the sign of Libra. Be cautious in your speech with your spouse and relationships. Be mindful of your words and pay particular attention to your health issues, especially until November 15, when Saturn remains retrograde. After Saturn becomes progressive on November 15, you will likely experience some relief in your health issues. However, you and your mother may still face health challenges as Mars, your ascendant lord, is transiting your 4th house in a debilitated position. The intensity of Saturn's position on your 11th house and its aspect on your 1st house, your 5th house, and on your 8th house will be lessened because now Saturn will be in a progressive motion. Therefore, the second half of November is expected to be better than the first half. The entire month of November is an excellent period to learn something new and acquiring knowledge. This time will support your new learnings as Mercury is in your 8th house in the sign of Scorpio. And Venus on November 7 will be transiting your 9th house in the sign of Sagittarius and will be in exchange with Jupiter in the 2nd house. So this period will be a very beneficial period for gaining knowledge. This period will be very beneficial for financial gains as well, and your luck will favor you in your daily routine. However, it's important to note that Ketu will change nakshatra on November 10, entering Uttar Falguni nakshatra. While there are positives in the second half of November, be cautious with your speech and try to maintain harmony during this time, especially while Mercury is in Scorpio. Try to minimize disputes as Ketu in Uttar Falguni may intensify these energies. This is a favorable time to embark on a spiritual journey with your family, your children. Even your children may pursue higher studies during this period. Additionally, as Mars is in your 4th house, I mentioned in my earlier video on Mars in Cancer that it's advisable to avoid investing in property during this time. And if it is not possible for you, make sure you do all the documentation work properly to avoid potential hurdles and disputes later on. This period is positive for financial gains, but be mindful against financial frauds, particularly online frauds, until June 25, as there are chances of such incidents happening. And it's not a favorable period for speculative investments. And finally, do not forget to like, share our videos and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us. Taurus Ascendants. For Taurus natives, I would suggest that you dedicate some of your time to your children instead of completely focusing on your career. For the first half of November, it's a good time for competitive exams and for establishing discipline in your daily routine. This period can also open up some hidden enemies in the front. Take care of your mother's health and your children's health, especially your children's health for the entire month of November. During the second half of November, it will be a good time for new initiations, but beware of potential frauds in your dealings. And since your 1st lord and 8th lord, that is Venus and Jupiter, are going in exchange with each other on November 7, you might feel slight relief in your health issues. But I won't say that your health issues will be completely cured by this exchange. But you might feel some relief. On the other hand, you may also get some inherited property or assets. There are chances that you may experience sudden gains. Though, on the other hand, it's essential to remain careful in your relationships with your spouse during the second half of the month, as Sun will be transiting your 7th house. Approach communication with your spouse thoughtfully, avoiding arguments and misunderstandings. This is a very good time for deep learning in any field. If you are interested in astrology or occult, this period presents an excellent opportunity. Those involved in healing professions such as doctors, spiritual healers, or alternative healers, along with individuals in the insurance and research sectors, can expect to see positive gains. Moreover, with Saturn becoming progressive on November 15, those who have been working diligently and feeling stressed in their careers will likely experience a sense of relief. Use this time to invest in yourself, spend quality moments with your children or your family, and pursue new knowledge. And finally, do not forget to like, share our videos, subscribe to this channel. Your support means a world to us. Gemini Ascendants. For Gemini natives, your Ascendant Lord Mercury is now transiting your 6th house. This entire month, you need to be very careful with your health issues. This period can also bring confusion in your daily life. Don't get in any sort of verbal disputes with anyone, as they could escalate into legal issues later on. So be careful with what you speak. In the second half of November, especially when Venus and Jupiter will exchange signs, this will be a positive period for those who are into business, especially for those who are into business related to foreign trade, such as import, export, or any business related to foreign. If you are married, you may also enjoy quality time with your spouse, possibly traveling abroad or visiting peaceful locations if your chart permits. So enjoy this time with your spouse. As Saturn becomes progressive on November 15th, you will begin to feel more supported by your luck and experience a sense of relaxation than before. Throughout this month, it's advisable to avoid arguments with your co-workers or higher authorities at your workplace, and to maintain harmony with your mother. Given that Mercury will be in Scorpio and Ketu will be in your 4th house, this is not an ideal time for purchasing property. However, if you do wish to buy property and need a loan, this period could be favorable for securing that loan. As always, ensure that all documentation is handled correctly and consult a legal expert to prevent any future disputes. And try to maintain cordial relationships with your family during this period. And do not forget to like, share our content and subscribe to this channel. Your support means a lot to us. Cancer Ascendants. For Cancer natives, your Ascendant is highly afflicted as of now, because Mars, your 10th and your 5th Lord, is debilitated in your 1st house, your Ascendant. This period is crucial for you to avoid being overly emotional in your decisions. Strive to approach your choices practically, either be it in your career or anything related to your children. Be mindful of your communication, especially in the second half of November, when Sun enters your 5th house alongside Mercury. This alignment may cause your speech towards your children to be more harsher or sarcastic than intended. During the second half, when Saturn turns progressive, you might experience slight or very little relief in your health part. Although it's important to remember that Saturn remains in your 8th house, indicating ongoing ups and downs. Moreover, since Mars is in your 1st house and is constantly aspecting your 8th Lord Saturn, it's essential for you to take care of your health in a proper way. Take precautions against accidents, cuts, and injuries throughout November. And during the second half, when Venus and Jupiter goes and exchange with each other, you may feel slight relief, especially in the part of your enemies temporarily. Although very good time for financial gains for career Cancer natives. And try to maintain cordial relationships with your neighbors, younger siblings, and father during this period. And do not forget to like, share our videos, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us. Leo Ascendants. For Leo natives during the first half of November, you should be careful with your health issues and with your speech, especially with your younger siblings and neighbors. During the second half, when Saturn gets direct in your 7th house, this period can give you slight relaxation in your health issues. Though Mars in your 12th house for the entire month can give you anxiety, restlessness, and sleep issues. During the second half of November, be humble and less argumentative in your speech with your family as Sun will be transiting your 4th house, joining Mercury. Avoid trying to be sarcastic at your home as it can lead to disputes. Ketu enters Uttar Falguni Nakshatra in your 2nd house on 10th November. It can make your speech more harsher than before, especially during the second half when Saturn enters Scorpio in your 4th house. Therefore, maintaining cordial relationships with your family will be vital. The exchange between Jupiter and Venus in your 10th and 5th house can open new career opportunities for those seeking jobs. This period is also favorable for learning and acquiring new skills that can enhance your career prospects. For those wishing to conceive, this time may bring positive outcomes, though you have to be careful with your health issues since Mars is in your 12th house, Saturn in 7th house aspecting your 1st house, and Rahu in your 8th house. Even it's a good time to spend quality time with your children. And though Venus and Jupiter are getting exchanged in your 5th house and 10th house, we need to remember that Rahu is still in your 8th house. So if you want to invest in speculative markets, then do it very wisely. And finally, do not forget to like and share our videos and subscribe to this channel. Your support means a lot to us. Virgo Ascendant. For Virgo natives, your first lord, Mercury, in the 3rd house can lead to increased sarcasm and argumentative behavior in your speech, particularly after Sun enters your 3rd house along with Mercury. You may find yourself being more rude or harsh in your communication. Exercise caution, especially when interacting with your younger siblings and neighbors. This period may also bring more confusion for you since Mercury is in your 3rd house in Scorpio and Ketu in your 1st house. That's why it's essential to think carefully before making any major decisions. I have already explained this in my previous video on Mercury in Scorpio, that why Mercury is bringing confusion this time. So do watch that video for more details. In the second half of the month, when Venus and Jupiter exchange signs, you may have opportunities to purchase property. Ensure that all documentation work is handled correctly. And if you find yourself feeling confused at any point, seek guidance from trusted figures such as your mother, father, or a mentor. It will help you a lot. This is a favorable period for those involved in real estate or land related careers, as well as for those practicing spiritual healing. With Saturn turning direct on November 15 in your 6th house, you may experience slight relief from health issues or daily struggles. For those who want to pursue higher studies, it's a positive period for them. And you can also go on a spiritual journey with your family. And as your luck will support you financially, it will be a good and supportive period. And finally, do not forget to like, share our videos and subscribe to this channel. Your support means a lot to us. Libra Ascendants. For Libra natives, Mercury, your 12th lord, comes in your 2nd house. This can increase expenses during the first half of November. After the second half, Sun, your 11th lord, when it moves to your 2nd house, you can expect a balance of both gains and expenses. It's crucial to maintain cordial relationships, particularly with your spouse, throughout November. Avoid making emotional decisions regarding your career and exercise caution in your communications. Think carefully before making any significant career related choices. With Mars in a debilitated position in your 10th house, this transit may not be favorable. For further insights, you can refer to my video on Mars transit in Cancer. Now, Venus from 7th of November will go in exchange with Jupiter. So, both your third and your eighth lord will be going in exchange with each other. Venus being your first and eighth lord and going in exchange with Jupiter can create some more health issues for you, and not a favorable period for speculative investments. When Saturn goes direct on November 15 in your fifth house, you may experience a slight relief regarding matters connected to your children. If you are trying to conceive, this period could be favorable as well. With Jupiter's exchange in your third house, you might notice improvements in your relationships with younger siblings and neighbors. However, it's not an ideal time to initiate new ventures. Additionally, as Venus also exchanges in your 8th house, brace yourself for fluctuations in your life. Remember to communicate gently and avoid sarcasm with your family, as this could negatively affect your relationships. And please do not forget to subscribe to this channel, and do not forget to like and share our videos. Your support means a world to us. Scorpio Ascendants. First of all, you need to be very careful with your health issues and ups and downs in your life, as Mercury, your 8th lord, will be in your first house. Though this transit in your first house is good for financial gains, because Mercury is your 11th lord as well. Though be ready for potential ups and downs, as Mercury is your 8th lord transiting your first house. This is not a favorable time to invest in speculative markets, as it may lead to losses in the future. And during the first half of this month, you might find yourself traveling abroad for career-related or job-related reasons if your chart permits. And in the later half, you could receive promotions at work again if your chart permits. From November 7, Venus and Jupiter will be in exchange with each other, which will positively impact your financial situations, particularly for those engaged in businesses, especially those involved in import, export, or foreign sectors. This period is also favorable for your married life, making it an excellent time for those seeking a life partner. Although make decisions very wisely, because right now Saturn and Rahu are exchanging nakshatras, which creates an illusionary aspect to situations, and Mars being in a debilitated position can add to the confusion. Be sure to know that person well before committing to any relationship. Be very polite and humble while communicating with your family, as your speech may become more harsh and sarcastic during this period. Avoid letting ego interfere, especially in the second half of the month when Sun enters your first house. This later period can boost your confidence and promote a more disciplined lifestyle for your overall betterment. However, with Saturn going direct on November 15, you may experience significant relief from health issues affecting your mother. Additionally, any problems related to property matters might also begin to ease during this period. And finally, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and like and share our videos with your friends and family. Sagittarius Ascendants. For Sagittarius natives, your first lord, your ascendant lord Jupiter, is right now in your 6th house, which may be creating some health issues for you. And when Venus goes in exchange with Jupiter on November 7, it might not give you any relaxation, because Venus and Jupiter are 6 feet from each other. And both are equally powerful this time because of the exchange in their own sign. But Jupiter, being your ascendant lord, will try to guide you for the same. For the entire month of November, you have to be very careful with your health issues. Additionally, with debilitated Mars transiting your 8th house, there could be disputes with in-laws, risk of cuts, bruises, or accidents. Expect fluctuations in matters related to your children and your health. Mercury being your 10th lord in your 12th house, I would suggest that you to avoid being overly argumentative with higher authorities or co-workers at workplace. I strongly recommend refraining from making any significant career decisions without thorough analysis. This period might also bring challenges and possible insults in your professional life. Maintain a gentle approach with your children and elder siblings, and you might face challenges with your children. Avoid sarcasm or dominance throughout the month. Saturn, which goes direct on November 15 in your third house, will give you some relaxation in your struggles to initiate something new. Basically, this period can provide you new initiations if you have been struggling to do it until now. Just make sure that you do all the paperwork properly and do not blindly trust anyone in such matters. This period will be favorable for those engaged in foreign trade or travel. If your chart allows, you could also consider traveling abroad with your spouse. If you plan to purchase a house, it's advisable to wait until after November 15. However, if you must proceed, ensure that all the documentation is properly handled, as Rahu in your 4th house may create illusions or cheatings. It's also not a favorable time for investing in stock market or any speculative ventures. And finally, do not forget to like, share our videos and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. Capricorn Ascendants. For Capricorn natives, be very careful in your marital relationships for this entire month of November, since Mars is transiting your 7th house in a debilitated position. That's why it's very important for you to be not to be harsh, dominating, and sarcastic in your speech with your family. Your harsh speech will impact your overall image in the society. Maintain a calm demeanor and don't let emotions take control in your relationships. If you are planning to get married, it's not a favorable period to get married. For the first half of November, Sun, your 8th lord in your 10th house, can give you ups and downs in your career. However, those involved in research or fields requiring deep knowledge may benefit during this period. As Sun moves into your 11th house in the second half of the month, you might experience fluctuations in your gains. The exchange of Jupiter and Venus from November 7 may provide slight relief in expenses and matters related to children, although it's important to note that Jupiter is your 12th lord and may not fully ease these concerns. But this can be an excellent time to learn something new or engage in mantra chanting. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel and like and share our videos with your friends and family. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. Aquarius Ascendants. For Aquarius natives, relief is on horizon when your Ascendant Lord Saturn goes direct on November 15. This transition will ease some of your struggles you have been facing. However, be mindful of health issues, as Saturn in 1st house, whether retrograde or direct, is not a favorable position for health-related concerns. Additionally, with Mars debilitated in your 6th house and Ketu in your 8th house, these placements can lead to health challenges. Mercury, being your 8th lord in the 10th house, may also bring ups and downs in your career. This period can also bring a sense of confusion in your career. Be particularly cautious of potential dishonesty or cheating in job-related matters, especially if you are seeking new employment. And this is not an ideal time to invest in speculative markets. You might encounter issues in your relationship due to work commitments that prevent you from spending quality time with your partner. So make sure that you at least spend some of your time with your family. On a positive note, the exchange between Venus and Jupiter on November 7 in your 4th and 11th houses make it a favorable time for purchasing a house. Just ensure that all documentation is handled properly. Financially, this month may bring up some good opportunities despite the ups and downs in your career. In the middle of the chaos, this exchange of Jupiter and Venus can create a sense of peace at home. So make the most of this time and enjoy moments with your family. And do not forget to like, share our videos, and subscribe to this channel. Your support means a lot to us. Pisces Ascendant. For Pisces natives, the month of November brings some challenges. With Mars debilitated in your 5th house, Mercury in Scorpio in your 9th house, and Ketu in your 7th house, you may experience issues in your marriage. However, there might be a slight relief from health issues that you have been facing since last month, particularly when Sun, your 6th lord, was in your 8th house. Now, after November 16, when Sun enters Scorpio, you can expect some elevation in your health concerns. The exchange between Jupiter and Venus on November 7 will create new opportunities at your workplace, potentially leading to promotions and motivating you to initiate new projects if your chart permits. Furthermore, Saturn goes direct on November 15, which may also bring some relief in your expenses and health-related concerns. The combination of Sun and Mercury in your 9th house is particularly favorable for learning and pursuing higher studies during this period. And please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, like and share our videos with your friends and family. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you, and meet you in the next video. Until then, namaste.